21% chance of escape, that's fine. I still can't AoE. One of the others did something crazy that worked. I'm still floored about that idea of walking into the bandit camp like you own the damn place, like you belong there, and I can't believe that worked. I mean, I thought for sure that we were going to get into this combat where a couple of us are in sniping positions and everything's gone horribly wrong, and no, you actually kind of pulled it off somehow. I don't know how, but that worked. I mean, of course, we did end up having to fight them all anyway, but... Oh, reload time. Alright, so... how about... let's go ahead and activate the pump. I hesitate to use the pump now, because when I use the pump, it shuts off my, revival thing. Dead-eye shot. Oh gosh. This has got me thinking, actually. The other day, I had gone to get a USB extension cable because I badly needed one. On my way home, I passed by a new gun shop that had just opened up. I have to walk into this place. And there on the wall was this the most gorgeous lever action rifle I've ever seen. It had this beautiful stock on it. And oh gosh, it was only $300 too. Great deal. And it's like, if I had the money to kick around, I would be taking that home and mounting that right up here on my wall. I mean, that is the kind of piece that you can show off, in addition to, you know, taking down to the range and having some fun with it. Oh well. Maybe once the guard finally accepts me. Maybe. If they do, I mean, there's a bit of a questionable problem that they may run into. So, let me explain why that could. I'm gonna dismiss this thing. So I think that was the last of them. So, what can and probably will go wrong with the guard? Well, when I was in grade school, oh, there's still a dude. When I was in grade school, my parents kind of fell for this little scam operation, which made money by, quote, treating children for various behavioral problems. And the way they did this is they would bring them into this special school that where they alone were the ones who would determine you know, whether or not there were behavioral issues. I can summon the spirit again? Huh, I can. So basically, it would be this school saying, you have or your kid has behavioral issues, and therefore is not ready to stop giving us money. And how did they make money from this? Well, they made it from the government grants, mostly. But in addition, they made a lot of money because you had to get your medication through them. Now, what medications did they give you? Well, it didn't matter what medications they gave you, since they were treating non-existent conditions anyway. In fact, there was one point when they were getting kickbacks for prescribing this one particular type of medication. Problem is, you can only prescribe this medication to people who have been diagnosed as having seizures. So, they just sort of quietly wrote down in my medical records that I had seizures. Now, I had to get these records from them when applying to the guard. And they first I had to get a summary from South Bay. That was what I refer to as the place anyway. So I got the summary and told them there's been a mistake. You know, I've never had a seizure in my life. You know, it says that this says that I was diagnosed as having seizures by a private neurologist. I've never had a seizure in my life, and I've never been to a private neurologist. And I verified this with my mother. Do you have the contact information of the private neurologist who made this diagnosis so that I can contact the private neurologist and get their records? You know what the response I got from the school was? We don't keep contact information for our former employees. I'm sorry, didn't you just say that it was a private neurologist? Now you're going to tell me that this private neurologist was actually one of your employees who wasn't actually a neurologist? That's called fraud, medical malpractice. And they were prescribing me these dangerous medications to treat seizures I didn't even have. So, yeah. Those are fun times. And what's going to have to happen is, if I have to take them to court for this, I will. Because there have been, some serious problems and dangers that could have happened because of these stupid medications for things that I didn't even have. And here's the other stupid thing. I made it very clear to them, the day I turned 18, I would gain the legal right to refuse treatment. I made it very clear to them I would be doing so. Okay? My birthday is on December 3rd. My last visit to them was December 2nd. 1 week prior to that visit, what they told me is that, oh, yep, same old, we'll just maintain the medication levels and hope that the treatment, improves, and we'll see how that goes next week, and we'll make a recommendation then. December 3rd rolls around, the final day. Well, it appears you've been completely cured of 30 different conditions at once. Well, okay, I'm exaggerating. It was more like there were probably 6 that I know of. 7 now that I know about the seizure thing. But there was this laundry list of things that they had slapped on me. And miraculously, in a period of 1 week, all of them are cured. because conveniently enough, they know I won't be back. So they gotta kind of wipe that slate clean, and because they know if I see somebody else, that's going to raise questions about them. And oh, by the way, about a year after I left, they lost their license for a period of 1 year. I don't know the details about it, but I can make some guesses. Okay. Well, the problem is lawsuits are expensive and I don't have money. Jeez. Do I kill a zombie or you know what? A job's a job. I gotta do this job. I gotta do it. It's the job. I mean, there are a lot of things I wish I could do to get back. Oh, almost certainly. A shady operation like that. They certainly have a lawyer on staff, probably dealing with them on their stuff on a day-to-day basis to advise them on how to slip through the legal loopholes. Well, it wouldn't be my state attorney office anymore. Because I live up in Washington State. This all happened in California, which makes it even more awkward to get involved. Because anything I do, I'd either have to travel back down to California, which means I'm not looking for a job up here, and I can't do anything up here, or I have to do it long range, which doesn't really work very well in a legal sense. Because you have to be in close communication with the lawyers and be available. It's just a mess. Yeah. California is a lovely place to live if you don't mind the ridiculously stupid way it's run. Like, let me give you an example. Let me give you several examples. 30 years ago, there was a push, well, you know, we have all this oil off the shore of California. Why don't we start drilling it? Because then we can be less dependent on foreign oil, and it'll bring a lot of money into California. No, it won't help us. It'll take 10 years to get these rigs up and running. Well, okay, I don't see why that's a problem. By the way, it actually only takes 2 years to get them up and running, but okay. 20 years ago, exact same thing. It won't work. It's not going to help. It's not going to create jobs, and it'll take 10 years to get it up and running anyway. 10 years ago, exact same thing. Now, it's come up again, and we still don't have the damn oil well. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, hey. It's Paul. Terrible information, huh? Alright, well, I need to make my numbers go up before I, do this, so let's do this. land of idiots? Death Ninja, does your dad call California the land of idiots? Let me give you another great example of the idiocy of California politics. California has been having what's known as a man-made dust bowl. This is where, I mean, they've got quite a lot of farmland in California, which is a bit weird considering it's a desert. You know, they've got a lot of farmland in what is technically a desert. And this has always worked fine, because they had the water systems in place. And then the politicians decided, you know what? Because of environmental concerns that have been raised by absolutely nobody. My dad actually calls it the People's Republic of California. But I like United Socialist Republic of California. But anyway, so what happened with the water, there was no study saying that, you know, there were environmental dangers to their existing water system. No problems, nobody complaining about it. They just decided they were going to flush all of the rainwater into the ocean. And then, oh, we've got a drought here in California. Okay, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing we can do because it's global warming. No, it's not, you idiots. It's because you started flushing water down the river into the ocean. So, now all the farms are just dying. You know, they were just fields of dead trees that used to grow oranges. Farmers who can't make a living anymore. Water rationing has now started all across California. All because of environmental concerns that don't exist, just so they can claim global warming is responsible. California people. Anyway, that is, with that rant, I think this is a good place to, bring the stream to a close. That was a great mission, and holy cow, I've got a lot of karma. I am going to spend my karma first. Up my strength, maybe? What happens here? Interference bonus to all non-magical range attacks made at close range. That's pretty nice. What to do? Charisma, maybe? Let's up our charisma. And we get a new etiquette! Yeah! Okay. What etiquette should we get here? Academic, socialite, shadowrunner, gang... I think security. I'm thinking security. Security is always useful. We have security now. And spirit summoning, spirit control, because we don't like those breaking free. Okay, so yeah, this is going to bring an end to today's stream. I'm probably not going to be streaming on Wednesday. I mean, I've got to catch up on a lot of editing and uploading and take care of things. But I will see you guys next Monday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And... well, yeah, they're not allowed to burn the coal in California. Of course they bring it to Texas. Texas will do it. Oh gosh, where was I? Right, next stream. I lost my train of thought. You mentioned a train and I lost my train of thought. Monday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I will see you guys then. I'll be back on Tuesday as well. Going to try to keep this regular schedule going, see how long it lasts. And see how long it takes for us to get through Shadowrun Dragonfall that way. Well, with that said, thanks for coming, you guys. I'll see you next time.